Okay, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. This song is perfect for a couple of reasons. One, the melody is right inside the chords, so it's a perfect kind of introduction into chord melody that I found, which I'm just working on myself. And, you could pick the melody right out of the chords for almost pretty much the whole song. And second, if you're like me, you always have your guitar out, and someone always will come in the room or something and say, oh, you'll find yourself in a situation where they want to hear a song. Well, play me something. You're not really going to kind of, play some new licks that you learned or some blues or something. People want to hear something that registers with them, that they recognize. Somewhere Over the Rainbow is that perfect kind of song. Kids and adults, grown, elders, they all recognize it. Everyone kind of knows it. All right, so anyway, let's start with the first chord. First chord is C. I play it down here. You could play it here, and it's just a C. That's our melody, right? So the first two notes of the melody are the C octave. First one comes out of the chord. Second one comes out of the second chord, which is A minor 7. I'm playing it with the open string, the top end, and then I'm putting the high C up here. Okay? So we would be... But I like to play it down here. Then we're going to the E minor 7, okay? This is our E. There's E minor, octave, major 7, dominant 7, gives you your minor 7 sound. So the note is the top note of that chord is the melody note, okay? So... And then we're going off of the third, that note right there, back up out of the chord, that goes right into the C, back into the C. See how easy that was? Okay, and then to the F, I'm playing the F this way now. We know F's here, right? Playing the back end, like the C of caged off the F note. So there's our melody. So two of the notes of the melody. So we're going F to back to E minor 7. The melody's right in it, right? And then there's your turnaround A7, okay? D minor 7, okay? Right in the chord. Your 5 and your 3 of the D minor 7 chord is the melody. So you can kind of play the melody. You can get the chords in there. You're still hearing the melody. And again, people know the melody, so they're going to hear that. And then back to the E minor 7. I'm playing it this way, though. So, sorry, I'm playing it this way. I'm playing it this way, the back end. So here's your E minor 7. You can also play it back here. Flat 3, 7, right? And then the octave. It's the back end. Here's the top end of it. All shapes out of caged. So the back end, we're getting the melody notes on the top. Okay? Last note is going over the A7, right? So what would that be? A7, that would be your 5th. So here would be your sharp 5th. So that's a A7 sharp 5, right? Now we're playing jazz. So E minor. And here's our only other little, one of the only other little runs or melody notes that break out of the chord a little bit. And then so it's 2 5 2 5s, okay? Without getting too into that, but okay, now we're in the middle section. Okay, what's going on there? This is your C chord. This is the triad, right in the middle of the C chord, right? 1 3 5. I'm just going like this, picking it with my fingers, right? So it's going to be C, D minor 7, G7. Okay, here's your G, here's your G7 right here. So we're going to do this with a pedal, call this a pedal tone. And this is our G note on top is going to be the pedal note. And we're going to just change the chords around with our fingers, these two fingers, okay, while this note stays the same. So it's like this. C, D minor, 7, G7, okay? Right? Right? And then where's it go? To A minor, which we can get right here. Okay? Very much, you just take your G7 really and move everything down a string. You get your minor chord. That's a minor shape. Good way to remember it. 7 minor, okay? So here's your A minor. So and then we have a turnaround from D minor 7 to G7. And then we go back into that, but this time we're going to go C, D7, and our melody note is going to be again at the top of that chord. And then B7 while holding that A above it and resolving on the E minor 7. Let's try that. D7, B7, E, E minor, and our top note is the melody note. Sunday find me. Okay, so that's a E minor 7 and then D minor 7 with the top note here, and then G, G7. So it's literally the top end of each note of those chords is the melody tone. Chord tone. The chord tone is the melody note. So, all right. So now we're just back to the top. So we're just going to run through that. Same thing we did before. E7, C, F, E minor 7 to A, turn around. D minor 7, E7 from the back end with the lick, melody into the A7 with the sharp 5 on it, and then D, the back end of the D minor 7, melody, and resolving on the C. All right? So that's basically it. You're just kind of like, the main point in this is that we're seeing that the melody is right in the chords. And a lot, I'm looking for examples where, for me, I can see that it's really just these melodies that we know or trying to learn are built right into the chord structure. So When you think about it as a whole picture, it's less daunting than like, oh, I have to have the chords, I have to have the melody, and then I need to play licks and leads over the melody, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's just all kind of cohesive, from a big picture perspective. So I hope that helps. And if you like these videos, subscribe. I'm trying to do more as we go along here. Thanks a lot.